Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to Shenanigans. 3, 2, 1. Happy you're here with me today. Gonna probably ramble a bit until I get a moderator in here. I might take a few to catch up on your comments, but if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you tolerate me, I won't even use the word like, but if you can tolerate me, please like and hit that subscribe button. Something's going to be changing in the near future. I'm going to be trying to get better recording equipment. I'm going to try to learn how to edit my videos to produce higher quality. Um, Kind of back and forth with this platform, to be honest, but it's almost therapeutic for me to be here. I like doing lives because I get to interact with you. I get to vent about my work week. So, um, hey, Evan, I was hoping you were going to join me. By the way, if you're just watching this, Evan is my grandson, and he has a YouTube channel as well. Be sure to check it out. I was watching his newest upload today, which is, I believe, what was it, 1928 was the circa of the cartoon you did today with the stork. Watched the whole thing. It was amazing. Amazing. I'm a little biased because Grandma loves you. But anyway, with that being said, I just got home from a 4-day work week. Bless this hot mess, lounging in my pajamas. I actually put on a bra. Usually it's the first thing that comes off with the jewelry when I walk through the door. And I am going to tell you about my work week. So just did a 4-day trip. If you don't know, I'm 53, grandmom to 4 beautiful grandbabies. Again, Evan is my oldest, just turned 13 in September. But I'm a flight attendant. I operate Alaska, American, Delta, and United flights. Working for SkyWest is my company. But let me tell you what happened. So, of course, I'm tired. I'm working first class, which means I am the lead flight attendant. I have to be careful because of NDAs and all that with my job, but we are not allowed to lift bags because we get on the job injuries. We can pull out a shoulder if the bag's too heavy. We get injured. We cancel a flight. We got to find a replacement. Some people, I'm sure, have abused that within the company. I've never had a problem assisting people with their bags if I can. Especially if you're pregnant or older or disabled. I'll try to help what I can. But when you're first class, the standard is you get kind of a sense of entitlement, right? Because you're used to that level of care, so to speak, versus being economy or coach. Anyway, I had this passenger on my flight, and she was a problem from the beginning. She held up boarding. She didn't request, but demanded I put her bag up in the overhead bin. Now, these are smaller planes. We operate jets. And so I told her, I said, I can help you, but if your bag is too heavy or oversized and it doesn't fit, we're going to have to check it. She goes, well, I'm first class. I said, I understand, but it's FAA regulations. I'm just the messenger. We're not supposed to lift the bags. Right away, she got an attitude with me. Like, she's like, I put a request in for assistance. I'm like, yeah, it's a request, but it's FAA. She goes, well, I never would have flown your airline. Okay, it's not my airline. It's all airlines. We're not supposed to lift heavy bags. We get injured, the whole flight cancels. So I'm not, gonna put 76 other passengers in jeopardy of missing connections or their vacations to help you with your oversized bag. So anyway, I started to help her, and she kind of just was like, I got it. So I'm trying to put her bag up in the overhead. She goes, I thought the overhead bin was taller. Mind you, I'm 5'1". She's probably about 5'7", 5'8". Fast forward through the flight. It's about an hour flight. Again, FAA regulations, they recommend 1 alcoholic beverage per hour because 1 alcoholic beverage on the ground is equivalent to 2 in the air because of the pressurization, all that jazz. So if you're on a 1-hour flight and you have 2 drinks, that's equivalent to 4 in 1 hour. You get into a car accident, something happens, I'm liable. Not only is the company liable, they can personally sue me. So I'm not going to lose my job or definitely get fined over that. So anyway, she orders the champagne. I bring her champagne at 9 o'clock in the morning, no problem. Again, 9 a.m., and it's actually wheels up to wheels down, a 45-minute flight. So we're about ready to land We're doing our final safety walkthrough. We have to get in our jump seats. We have to buckle up. We're going to hit turbulence when we make the initial descent, declining from 10,000 feet, right? It gets bumpy no matter where you're at. And as I'm walking by doing my final trash run, making sure everybody has their seat belts fastened, their seats up in the upright position, the tray tables put away, carrying items put away, she goes like this to me. She goes, I want another champagne, please. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Service is complete. She goes, you're refusing me another drink? I said, yeah, we're in initial descent. We're going to be landing in less than 5 minutes. The wheels are down. Like, I got to get in my seat. I'm not going to get you. Yeah, no. I'm saying no. So right away, she's like, anyway, Evan, I didn't know today is National Taco Day. I did not know that. But anyway, back to my story. She goes, okay, you're refusing me a drink. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're landing. Yeah, no, I'm refusing you a drink. Exactly. So she gets nasty. Anyway, we get in there. It's a quick turn, meaning we're turning the plane. Cleaners come on, catering. We're going right back out. We've got 20 minutes to deplane and board to have on-time departure, right? So she's in first class, row 1. I only have 12 passengers in first class. Fast forward. Cleaners come on, so I have to step away from my galley so the cleaners can get behind me to take out the trash and turn the aircraft, right? So I'm standing there, and she's waiting and watching everybody deplane. Now, at this point, I knew she didn't have a connection. Nobody did. Smaller airport. So I'm thinking, okay, she's waiting for her bag, so whatever. I'm just going to get her bag out of the overhead bin. I'm going to help her. So I grab her oversized bag, and I put it down next to her on the seat. And she mocks me, and she goes, oh, we can't lift bags per FAA regulations. I thought you couldn't help me with my bag. Isn't that what you said? And so I'm kind of looking at her like I'm ghetto, you guys. I grew up outside of Philadelphia. I am ghetto as they come. If you don't know, now you know. If you're new to the channel, welcome. See, I bark back, right? I clap back. She goes, ow, I can't. So she's mocking me. I'm just kind of looking at her, and I guess I was in shock because the old Shannon 20 years ago, just job or not, career or not, just would have laid her out, right? So I'm looking at her, and she goes, I said, it is FAA regulation. I said, I just helped you. She goes, but you said you couldn't help me. You couldn't help me. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, in case you have another flight, I want you to know what to expect, that if another flight attendant tells you no, I mean, yeah, we can make exceptions on our own, but if we get injured, it's on us. She goes, I don't care. She goes, that problem isn't the FAA. So hold your ears up. And she goes, you're the, and I'm going to try to use better words. And she goes, you're an effing bitch. And she does this to me. You're an effing bitch. And I just look at her, and I'm like, again, 20 years ago, it would have been a rap. Would have been a rap, my friend. You're an effing bitch. And I just looked at her. I said, I just helped you with your bag. And it didn't even register in my head that she was upset that I didn't give her more alcohol, right? I did notice during the flight she was already pretty emotional, so whether she was intoxicated, I don't know. Maybe something had happened. I don't know. I try to be sensitive, empathetic to other people's needs, but she was just... So when she does that, she grabs her big bag, and I'm standing there, and people are still deplaning down the aisle of the aircraft. She jumps up, grabs her bag, and like rushes me like a football player, right? She rushes me, and she goes, get out of my effing way. And she hits me full force with the bag. Like, she didn't hit me like this or like this, but she had the bag. She hit me, and I hit my back on the garment closet. And I just, like, looked at her. I said, you know what? That's assault. I said, congratulations. She just got on the no-fly list. She goes, I want your name. I said, go see the gate agent. In fact, cleaners are coming. I said, go get me a supervisor. Went up, told my captain in the flight deck, I'm like, I need a supervisor. She just pushed me down. I didn't fall down, but she just pushed me. And he's like, what is going on? So this old lady, probably 85-year-old lady, is walking past her. So when she pushed me, passengers are deplaning. This old lady, she almost knocked her down backwards, and she goes, you're psycho. So I got a little chuckle out of that to hear an 85-year-old woman drop the psycho word. But that was day 1 of a 4-day. Hi, Aussie. Welcome. Hello, hello. Just talking about my work week. So that was day 1. And then day 2 was okay, other than the fact that maybe I got 4.5 hours of sleep. The AC was broken in the hotel, so I couldn't control the thermostat. And it was like 76 degrees in the room, and I like it at like 65. Day 3, I actually slept really well, although there was no food options. Sometimes the hotels will have like restaurants across the street or even a marketplace or a restaurant in the hotel. We had nothing like that, so I was starving. So I complain every day, but let me tell you, yesterday was insane. Flight to Tucson. I'm working the forward. My aft flight attendant had a passenger get sick. He comes rushing to the back of the galley, our kitchen area where we prepare meals. Gross, people, I'm going to tell you now. And he's like, I need a bag. I need a sick bag. So the other flight attendant, this guy's rushing to get him a bag. And the guy went like that, but he didn't have the bag open. So he projectile vomited and a splash guard hit the bag, flew all over the intercom where we make our announcements, like on a phone. So now there's throw up on that. He can't use that. Can't sit in the jump seat. There's throw up all over the place. So I had to work basically the rest of the flight making all the announcements, doing his job and mine. Had to close the back lavatory, and there's only 2 on the plane because of the vomit. Hazardous, biohazardous. Then I go to my bathroom. You know, we got to check it every 15, 20 minutes, make sure it's clean. And somebody took like a 10-pound dookie, like just delivered a turd in the bathroom. Didn't flush the toilet. If you guys don't know, it's a little blue button above the toilet paper roll. It's not like a handle on the toilet. Didn't flush the toilet, so they left this 10-pound present in the toilet. But when they wipe their ass, now here we go. Let's talk about ass wiping. I think we all do it. You wipe your butt, you look at the toilet paper, wipe your butt until the toilet paper is white, right? You want to make sure you get all those crevices, get it cleaned out, like, right? We're pretty much adults here. Dude threw it on the floor. And he had a chunk of the crap just sitting on the floor. So now the back lavatory, we only have 2 bathrooms on the whole plane. Back lavatory's now unusable because of the vomit. Now the front lavatory, unusable because somebody decides to wipe their butt and leave a chunk of shit on the toilet paper on the floor. And then just passengers just coming up, trying to chit chat when I'm trying to do my work. They want, you know, sorry, you guys, you're not at a bar. If you're flying and you're on a flight, if it's a 3-hour flight, longer international flight, of course. You want a Shirley Temple, I'll throw a cherry on top, whipped cream, whatever. I'll make you a Frappuccino if I had the equipment to. But don't say, I want a cranberry juice with a splash of ginger ale, a squeeze of lime, sugar on the side, and club soda. You're not at a club, right? You want cranberry and club, fine. Because guess what? We're opening all those bottles separately. And if I'm one person dealing with 12 passengers on an hour flight and you're ordering something like that, come on now. Come on. Anyway, rant, vent over Aussie. Thank you. My hair is a mess. Actually, I was debating my friend to actually do this video because this makeup is from, again, I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning and I need to deep condition it. Usually I'll curl my hair in the overnights. I haven't done anything. But thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. But yeah, I had some really kind passengers too. In fact, this old man, bless his heart, his wife was so beautiful. Like they could have done commercials together. And I complimented her. I love complimenting people as well. And I said, oh, you were so beautiful. You've got such beautiful skin. She had the brightest blue eyes. And he grabbed my hand. He goes, and you have got the most beautiful smile. You are so sweet. Or another passenger, first class or not, saying, you're so kind. You know what? We appreciate those compliments. You know, people always say, oh, we're sky waitresses. Guess what? No, we're not. We are trained in self-defense. We take courses. So yeah, if we got to duct tape you to the chair or bind you with handcuffs, we can do that. We're considered federal employees, right? We work for the government, FAA, Federal Aviation. We have to take CPR classes, certified first responders, use an AED, naloxone. We have to be trained in firefighting. So we're firefighters, we're paramedics, we're security. Safety, of course, is always first on the aircraft. And the least important role, although service is our passion, safety is our priority, right? Is to serve you a snack and a cocktail. Much more than that. So how about you go to Burger King, right? In the airport, Burger King. Add a tip, add a tip. No, I'm not going to tip you for a side of fries. It already cost me $5. Like, you want me to tip you? Tip me. If I'm a cocktail waitress or sky waitress, tip me. Anyway, Marcia, how are you, darling? Dr. Aboud, bathroom. Love the bathroom with me. I don't know what that means, but I was just talking about my work week as a flight attendant and people leaving presents for us in the bathroom. First class passengers, have some class. If you're in first class, coach economy, have some class. Flush the toilet. I don't want to see what you ate for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I am in St. George, Utah. How about you, Malou? Where are you from? Evan, by the way, is my moderator. Not just my moderator, but my grandson. So play nice. Where are you watching from, Malou? Am I butchering your name? Malu? Oh, India. You know what? I have not been there yet, but it's one of my favorite cuisines. I wish I could cook some really good Indian food. Love it. You guys have the best food and so healthy. I love my Indian folks. I had a friend that, well, I actually dated him when I was in college, and he used to call me Chandi Tukra. I think I'm saying it right. Chandi Tukra? Tell me if you can tell me in the translation what that means. He used to say, Chandi Tukra, Shannon. Chandi Tukra. And it was so beautiful. And I said, what does that mean? So I'll wait for you to tell us in the comments. I'm probably butchering it, but it was the most poetic and one of the most beautiful things anybody's ever said to me my whole life. Anyway, now that I'm rambling on, I'm going to move on and tell you why we are here. Not just for an event about my work week or to connect with my favorite grandchild, Evan, but to show you some things I ordered. Now, when I first started this channel, it was Temu, it was product reviews, I had sponsors, and that's gone to family time and puppet shows and cooking with Evan, if you want to see some of our other videos, traveling, but mostly product reviews. And I want to get back into that, but now that all the tariffs have been set for international taxes, especially with China and Temu, it's just been really expensive. So I've kind of cut back with Temu, but I've been doing Whatnot, which is an online auction, so I've been ordering things from them. And if the price is right and it's a local warehouse, I'll still do Temu, I'll do Shein, I'll do Amazon. Sometimes you'll see Dollar Tree hauls, Michael's, thrift stores. Anyway, my miscellaneous channel has it all. Anyway, did you see Chandi Tukra? I am in Utah, in the United States. But my friend from India used to call me Chandi Tukra, and he said it meant pieces of the moon. So again, my pronunciation is probably off. I'm 53, so we're going back 25 years when I was in college, maybe 30. And he would tell me that I was so beautiful, I was like the moon. So when you look at the moon, in America, we say it looks like there's a man in the moon. It looks like the texture, the colors, you see a face like on a full moon. It looks like there's a man in the moon smiling down at you. Well, in India, he said, Chandi Tukra, pieces of the moon, was that your light is so beautiful. You fell from the heavens. You fell from the moon. And when you look at the moon and those pieces are missing, that we say is the man in the moon, that's you. He said, you're the piece of the moon because you're so beautiful. Ah, poetic. You guys know all about love. Love it. So I can't wait to go to India, hopefully someday. And it is great to see you, my friend. What do you do for work? Anyway, getting back into it, I'm going to show you a few things I ordered. I'm really excited. Again, this makeup is from this morning. I wanted to kind of do a product review with you, but I've been seeing the viral TikTok, Facebook, this company. Now, I did get one of their concealers, and I love it. I don't know if it was a correct color match, and it's hard to tell with the camera, but Il Maquillage. So they had this promotion. We'll see. It was basically you try it out for a week, and then you can reorder the same products for a month, 2 months, 3 months. I did mine for 4 months. Hopefully you like it. If you don't like it, you send it back, you get your money back. So it says it's an untraditional, uncompromising, undeniably extra. Now, again, at my age, I've got wrinkles. I really want to do some cosmetic surgery. I want to get some Botox. I want to tighten up all those wrinkles. I do not age gracefully. I'm fighting it every chance I get. But they sent me some gifts, and let's see some of the free gifts and maybe the receipts in there. But I want to say it was $159 for everything if I keep it. We'll get these little packets they give you, those gels. Got the landscapers out there, so if you hear a lawnmower. But they gave me this cute little scrunchie. All right. Not mad at it. We here Your love language is receiving gifts. Yes, it is. So they sent me just a scrunchie, silk. So, I mean, that's nice, right? Because, you know, you're doing your makeup. You don't want to get makeup in your hair. So, show you all my grays. So the silk scrunchie, kind of like a silk pillowcase, is better for your hair so it doesn't pull it out at the roots. But, all right, that works. But I'm not feeling it right now. Catch up on some of your comments. Yeah, thank you, Evan. United, okay. Emirates, UAE, are you in Emirates? I've been there. I've been to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain. I travel a lot, not just for work. Business consultant, right away. So does Chandi Tukra? Oh, Dubai, yeah, I've been to Dubai. In fact, the Ferrari theme park, have you been there in Abu Dhabi? World's fastest roller coaster. I'm a thrill seeker. I love thrill rides. Evan, my grandson, also, we do the rides when we go to the carnivals together. He's my little daredevil, my little sidekick. Someday I want to take him to Abu Dhabi and do the world's, they have like, Evan, they have like all these coasters, the world's tallest, the fastest. You can YouTube the video. Ferrari theme park, amazing, love it. Dubai's beautiful, but I actually like Qatar better than Dubai. Anyway, back to Il Maquillage. I also got this. It says, again, this is a free gift, I guess, a lift curl and lengthening mascara. Hopefully it's black because with the blonde hair you can't see my lashes. But we are going to Hungary, Budapest, Bulgaria, Romania, and Moldova on the 20th for 10 days. We're taking our vacation. So it doesn't have the fibers, but I don't know. I haven't really seen too much about their mascara, but I'm curious. Black card, lift, curl, and lengthen. I don't care about the curl. I have no lashes. I want thickening lashes. I don't care if they're short, just make them thick. But yeah, roller coasters. I don't know. My next visit, I was just there like a year ago. This trip will put me at 40 different countries in the last 10 years. So just trying to hit every country before I die. This is waterproof liquid liner. Okay, I actually ordered this. Again, I'm not sure how much I paid for it, but love my liquid liner. Oh, it's got the fine point. Let's do this. Oh yeah, it's like a brush. I love it. So you can see how it, yeah, I'm excited for that. I already have liner on, obviously. Yay me! Excited for that. Let's see what else we got. So the main thing I got was, you take with this company, basically there's like 15 questions and it says, do you have large pores or small pores? What do you look for in a foundation? For instance, do you want a heavy matte? Do you want something with shine? Do you have oily skin? Do you have dry skin? Do you want something to last all day? And of course, mine is anything to help me with the aging process. Sign me up. So, with the money back guarantee, figured I'd give it a whirl. And this is the Age and Redness Control Soothing Primer Treatment. And it's 25 ml. And this is supposed to be probably their top selling product. So, if I can open it. I'm having a Monday, even though I don't want to break the box, you know. But yeah, I've got a 2-week vacation coming up. I used to vacation every 3 months. We would cruise on average 3 times a year, but I think our last one was, Evan would know, I think it was Alaska. Was our no, it was Rome. Sorry, we went to Rome and Malta. I like to go off the beaten path, you know, like Paris is great, whatever. I want to go to places like Zimbabwe and Zambia, Namibia. I want to go to places that most people never see in their lifetime. Like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, where'd you go? You went to Sicily? Wonderful. You went to Santorini, Greece? Great. Yeah, where'd you go, Shannon? Went to Haiti. Anyway, packaging is really cute. And if I didn't have makeup on, I would show you. So in my next video, I think I'm going to rock this makeup and see how it turns out. So it's like an acrylic And it says Power Camo, and again, it's age and redness control. But I'm not happy with this because look, I think it's supposed to be a pump, and look, there's nothing. There's no pump. Look at that. So how am I going to get it out of there? Now I'm pissed. There is no pump. There it is. It came off with the cap. Let's see. Not working. Oh, there it goes. So it's got the green undertones, and one of the questions that they asked was, when you look at your inner wrist, what do you see? Well, don't mind the scars, but it's supposed to prime the skin to set the foundation longer. Now it does have kind of a greasy feel to it, but it's supposed to help with the lines. And you can't really see, that's a scar. I have rods and plates because I severed my wrist, hence the bones sticking out there. It is a little oily, greasy. All right, we'll see. I don't know, so I'll put that on under my mascara. Evan, don't do that. Because then that's all I see when I'm looking at my screen is your BAO, whatever. And then finally, this is, I woke up like this, foundation. Very hard for me to find a good foundation. Kind of cool how it opens up like that. And I'm going to put it over the primer. How you enjoying your little sister, Evan? Glass. I wish it wasn't. And it doesn't look like a whole lot of makeup for what I paid for it, to be honest. Again, another pump. Normally I'll use a brush to apply foundation, but I'm not going anywhere, so let's just see. It's kind of light, but I do get lighter, so you can see the color's a little off. Maybe once it's brushed on or blended, it'll look better. I mean, it's got a nice texture with my dry skin. If you can see the difference. Foundation, no foundation. And again, it's hard with the tattoo and the scar. But can you see a difference, Evan? I mean, you can see grandma's scar from the plates they put in. But if you look there, like you can see it's a tad darker. That might work. It's a little more ivory than I think I am. But again, I've had this makeup on all day, so it's kind of hard to tell at this rate. I do like the box it came in, especially because the container is glass. And for me, again, getting my bags thrown around at the airport, I want to protect it because, you know, $75. I want to say it was like $75 just for the foundation. Was pretty pricey. And hopefully I can make that last a few months. And yep, that was the primer, the foundation, the liquid eyeliner, and mascara, and the free scrunchie they gave me. And I'm going to move on to the next purchases. So again, that was right from the company website, El Maquillage. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried it. And it has Bring Out the Secret Weapon. So it says use as a last step in your skincare routine. Blend a small amount into your skin, focusing on red areas. Add more as needed. So that green primer, it says you can wear alone or apply as a primer. So you can put it on before makeup, let it fully dry and absorb before applying makeup, or just use that instead of the makeup. It's supposed to combat redness, soothe and calm like agitations to the skin, to give you a more balanced, even look, I guess. So it's just prime and preps. White. Let's white my skin. And this is the foundation. It says 75% of women or whatever are men. I don't know why it says women. It's kind of, but it says 75% of people get foundation wrong, so get yours right. It says apply 2 pumps of foundation to the back of your hand or directly to your brush or sponge applicator. Use the brush or sponge applicator to dab the foundation. Okay, so yeah, I guess I don't do that right. So you're supposed to dab it in your skin. Then you blend the foundation over your entire face and below your jawline. That I do, and I usually do circular motions. Oh, wait 5 minutes for foundation and completely set. Don't compare the shade match to your neck or wrist. They can be a different tone than your face. There you go. That's why. Yep, indeed, that's a different tone, right? Complete your look with your favorite products and use a foundation. Okay. So yeah, that's one thing I don't do is I don't let the foundation or primer soak. Usually I just throw on like my moisturizer, primer, and then right away, concealer, and then the foundation over the concealer. So I'm probably doing that ass backwards as well. Welcome, Connor. Where are you watching from, my friend? How are you today? How was your weekend? Didn't know if you knew, but Evan, what day is today? Evan is going to have our trivia every day. Evan Craven is my grandson. He's 13, so please make sure all of your comments are politically correct, okay? Because if you come out your face and on the wrong side, then we're going to scrap. But yeah. I'm just showing some products that I purchased and letting you know where I got them from. But yeah, Connor, welcome to the group. Thank you so much for spending some of your day here with me. You'll find on my channel, if you're new here, it's everything from family time to travel to product reviews, thrift stores, hiking, blah, blah, blah. I'm all over the place. I'm a hot mess. Now this, I don't know why I got these. I just thought they were kind of cool. I paid $6.59 for them on Temu, and it's called Deep Talk. Don't judge me. But I'm not even like a citrus type of girl, but they are, for some reason I saw them and they got me with their advertisement, but they're freeze-dried lemon slices. So I have a bar, and obviously anything freeze-dried you can rehydrate. So if I wanted to put these in a drink, I could just soak them in water, vodka. Oh, they smell good. As soon as I opened it up. Just freeze-dried lemon. You get, I want a food dehydrator, not a dehydrator, humidifier, like where they freeze-dry. Yeah, freeze-dry like candy. I used to do like my own beef jerky. In fact, Evan's father is my son, Nathan, my firstborn. And we used to make our own beef jerky. Well, I thought they'd be good for decor. Like, I make a lot of fish, especially salmon. And if I don't have a fresh lemon, I can just plump these up, soak them in whatever, maybe even butter. For my lemon butter on my salmon. Why not? What? Get creative. They smell good. You could even put them out in a dish, honestly, because as soon as I open the bag, my house smells like lemon. And yeah, real lemon. Nom 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 nom. Ooh. Evan, you enjoying your baby sister? Next product, I have no idea. Oh, Temu, more Temu. So, if you saw one of my last videos, I got a pizza oven. Jay, my partner of 10 years, loves pizza. Usually goes to Little Caesars, does the deep dish for like $8, but I'm like, I want to make them homemade pizza. I love making my own bread. It's my thing. Love making my homemade pasta. Homemade dumplings. In fact, when I was last with Evan in Illinois, we made chicken and dumplings, and we made fresh dumplings with the flour and water, but make my own pizza dough. So I got a Paisano for $159 pizza maker. And for like 60 bucks, they wanted to send me, oh, don't check out yet. We'll send you a pizza cutter for an extra $30. We'll send you this for an extra 20. So it's like, nah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Temu and see what they got. And it was a lot cheaper. So basically, not necessarily the best. It's kind of wobbly. But I got a pizza cutter, but I love the wood handle. So for my Pisano pizza, I just got that. And then I also got, and you can use it for cakes. My mother had surgery today, almost 6 hours. And we were really worried she wasn't going to survive it because I believe they had to reschedule her twice because her heart was too weak and she had a stroke. She just turned 75 on October 2nd. So my mom had her surgery today. And my brother called me, and anytime my brother calls me, because my phone's on silent and you can only get through if it's an emergency, if you're on my emergency contact list, my family. And when he called, he goes, Mom had her surgery today. And I'm like, God, please, please, please let her be okay. And she is. She's recovering fine. Of course, praying for her. But anyway, here's, you know, whatever. You cut the pizza in the Paisano. You lift it with a fancy little pizza slicer lifter, whatever that is. The wood handles, I'm digging it. Temu, definitely a lot cheaper than what Paisano wanted to sell me. And then this is good, but although the Paisano has these wooden slates to lift the pizza, this is good just to get under there. You want to do some flapjacks or pancakes, you got an oversized spatula. Yes. Whoo-hee! Where are we at? Hi, Sharon. Wait, Sharon, you're in Peoria? Wow. Evan, do you know Sharon? I'm only asking because Evan is my grandson, and they're just outside of Pekin. So, small world. Speaking of my grandson, I went there, so he has another sister. He's the only boy. He's the oldest of 4. And Mariella was born September 2nd. Beautiful, beautiful little girl. But when I was there, Mom, Kim, said, hey, I have this recipe box in the kitchen. And she said, write down some of your recipes because I want to make them for Nathan. So she had something that was, hers was like a honeybee. I think I gave it to her. But again, me with the wood. I got this recipe book from box with index cards from Temu. This just goes with my decor in the kitchen because it's got like the brushed oak, white and black. My kitchen's white and black with lemon decor. But she has these cards, and she's like, I write down some of your recipes because I want to make them for Nathan because he misses your cooking. You know, my son's 35. Gosh, September 6th, he turned 35. So I wrote down like 10 recipes, like my meatloaf that he loved. But she had something similar, and I'm like, what a great idea. Even though we don't entertain a lot, my youngest son actually will call me at least once a week and say, Mom, how do you make your homemade pierogies? Or Mom, how did you make this cheesecake? Or so I will text him or screenshot, you know, take a picture of my actual handwritten recipes, which my mother owned a bakery growing up, so she's more the baker than I am. But Kim, my daughter-in-law, love her like my own, it's got the latches on the back, again it's wood, had this, and I'm like, what a genius idea. So my son Devin already called dibs because Nathan kind of does his own thing, like with his cooking. Very creative. He'll go to a restaurant and he'll order something, but like, I can make this at home, and he'll just figure out, oh, this has some citrus in it, this has cinnamon, and he'll just mimic it. But it comes with these recipe cards, and what I want to do, obviously, more days behind me than I have ahead of me, I want to send it to him. Hi, Sharon, how are you? Peoria, Illinois. Crazy. Yeah, my son had a house in Green Valley, lived in Pekin for a while. I've been thinking about moving out there, actually. But this recipe box, not quite sure what I paid for it, Temu, but love it. Just love the concept. Like I said again with my daughter-in-law, Kim. I was out there for like, what, Evan, a week? But it has, for instance, right here, this kitchen conversion chart tells you, you know, the 1 cup, what it's equivalent to, instead of having to ask Google or Alexa. Like 1 cup is equivalent to 8 ounces, 1 teaspoon, 5 mils, a stick of butter is a half a cup. So that's cool, like little cheat sheet. And then you just put it in your recipe box. But this is what I really liked, because this is what I did for her. Is she's like, she had these cards and she says, can you write them down for me? So I'll say, okay, what's the title? Mom's Meatloaf, right? Grandma Shannon's Meatloaf. The recipe you'll serve 4 people. Prep time 30 minutes. Cook time 45. And then you list your ingredients and, of course, directions, and on the back. Genius! But you've got tons of cards like that, right? So when I die, which hopefully is later before sooner, but I want my children, I want my grandchildren to have that, you know? They're sitting around talking about Mama Bear, and man, Mom made the best pasta fagioli, you know? Like, where is it? And then they've got these dividers that come in the recipe box. Again, keep these for your kids. I'm telling you, your family's going to remember you. Whether it was when you beat up the neighbor when you were 5 years old, or for your famous meatloaf, or, you know, hopefully for better things. How cool would it be? Like, okay, grandmom died on September 19th. And September 19th rolls around. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Guess what? Whip out this recipe box. And guess what? Appetizers. Kim, my daughter-in-law, she'd probably be more the baker. She's from England. She's more the baker. So guess what? Daughter-in-law Kim, you're going to do the baked goods. There you go. Pull a card, any card. Or the desserts, right? And then side dishes. Devin, you're in charge of the side dishes. Pull out one of my recipes, recreate it. Soup, salads, main dishes. There you go. Like, I just think this is like such a cool concept and such a good idea. Like Evan, I already know Evan is a great cook. Again, if you're just joining us, Evan is the moderator in the room, but he's also my grandson. And one of the things that we really enjoy doing together, besides cuddling, right, Evan? What's your favorite thing to do, Grandma, when Grandma's in town? But anyway, pull these out, pick a dish, my recipes, those flavors, the nostalgias, all gonna come back to you. Thought this was a great idea. I want to say this was $10, give or take, on Timo. Not including shipping, and there it goes on the floor. So, Evan, what are some of your favorite things to do, Grandma? My girl Dawn is in the room. Dawn has been with me from the beginning, and she is in the UK. Her ears must have been burning because I was talking about England, and I know she's been trying to catch some of my lives. I'm so glad you're here, Dawn. I hope you're doing well, my friend. How was your weekend? What'd you do this weekend? Anything exciting? Dawn, Evan is my grandson. Evan, Dawn, Evan. By the way, Evan, did you get any friend mail? Because Chit Chat from Down Under, my girlfriend Diane in Australia said she was sending you a care package, but she's got some stuff going on. So if you haven't gotten yet, just know when it comes in the mail, you send her a thank you card or you send her a message. I think you're on her YouTube channel as well. Bless her heart. She's such a good person. I only have a couple more items and then I'm going to close it up because I need to get in the shower and wash my hair. Anyway, Evan is not responding. He must have gotten distracted. This is also Timo, and I think it's a dupe. Because Jay and I, my partner of 10 years, I just refer to him to my husband at this point. We've been living together for 9 years. Not legally married, but in my eyes, still honor him as if he were my husband. Anyhow, I think I might have just broke it. But we love camping, and we said, oh, we are so going camping this year because we didn't get to go last year. And the handle came in pieces, so I'll just show you. It's got a wood handle. It's got like some screws that just kind of, I guess, go on here, right? I'm assuming it's going to be easy. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to get directions. But I think I bought this before. I love to cook. You'll see some cooking videos on this channel. But I love cast iron. First off, they last forever. Pass them down generations. Little House on the Prairie era. It's going to work, if not better than it did when it was first purchased. Of course, cast iron, not supposed to use soap. Just rinse it with water. You can season it, which is basically cook it off, you know, heat it up in the oven, some oils, and just wipe it out. Let's see if I can do this. But we said we were going to go camping this year, and we have not, because I got sick. I've got some health issues, and missed quite a bit of work, and was not well enough to go anywhere. Anyway, I'm not going to fiddle with it too much, but you get the concept, you get the idea. And for camping over a hot fire, an open flame, even in your own home, amazing. And if your person gets on your nerves, I'm not even gonna hit my head with this. This is heavy, heavy cast iron. Tell me that it's not gonna make like the best filet, right? Throw a couple strips of bacon, camping over and over fire, crack an egg in there. Grilled cheese, if you please. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Sign me up. But the only thing that I would say about this with camping is that it would need a longer handle. Okay? So this is probably more stovetop. It wouldn't stop me, though, because I would MacGyver the shit out of this and put it on a stick and throw it over the flame and probably end up in urgent care. But love cast iron. Just spent the weekend with my daughter and my dogs trying to save for my holiday to Paris in December, my first ever flight. Dawn, really? How long are you going to be in Paris for? It's so funny that you just joined us, and I literally just was talking about going to Paris. We are going on the 20th. We're hopefully we can fly out of St. George to LA. It's like an hour-and-a-half flight, but the flights are usually full. So if we can't get on the flight, because we're not going to pay for a ticket from here to LA, we're going to drive. And I want to say it's like 11 hours, maybe 12. And then we're going on Scandinavia Airlines from Los Angeles to Copenhagen. Going to spend a day there. Then we're flying from Copenhagen to Romania. And we're going to spend 3 days in Romania. Then we're going to spend 2 days in Moldova. Then we're going to Hungary, because I'm hungry. And we're going to go to Budapest and Bulgaria. So we're going to hit 4 or 5 countries in 9 or 10 days. So I'm stoked for that. Missing my girl Christine from Cozy Pink Butterfly. Paris, first ever flight. I hope, you know what, girl, I hope they give you first class service. And I hope you get a whole row to yourself, because that's a long flight. That's going to be, how long is your flight? Do you know? Let's see, you're in the UK, so UK to Paris. Oh, probably not too bad, maybe 6 hours. All right, my last product, Temu. Got it from the local warehouse. So, little story, I have garage sales every year. Usually, I'll pull no less than $500 one day in a garage sale, which is good money to me, because a lot of times I'll order stuff from Temu, or I'll go through cleaning out the closets. I'm like, this doesn't fit, this doesn't fit. Still has tags on it, and the clothes go so quick. Usually I tell people, grab a shopping bag, fill up for $5. But tags sometimes are 1 for 1 item. And when I tell you, people at garage sales out here, they go crazy. Crazy. They will stuff the shit out of these bags and get $100 worth of brand new clothes for $5. So, and I still walk away with like $500. Art supplies, things I borderline hoarder. I like to shop. And I shop so much I don't always keep track of what I have. But when I had my garage sale this past spring, I had a air fryer, right? Now, I first got the air fryer when I went in flight, because 6 weeks of training, I went during COVID in the hotel. We couldn't leave the hotel. Not supposed to, but I drove there, so I did. But I had my crock pot, my griddle, I had my air fryer, I had all my appliances, and my hotel room was like half of it was a kitchen, and I would cook. It was COVID, so I would cook there. I think we had 50 in our class when we started. Only 22 of us actually made it through training, and I was in the top 1%. Actually, I was 2. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exaggerating. I graduated second in my class, but toot my own horn. But I had an air fryer, and the only time I used it was during COVID, during my in-flight flight attendant training class. Because at home, I'm just old school. I use the oven, I use the stove. But I set out this pretty much brand new air fryer, and somebody knocked over my table at the garage sale. And I asked $30 for the air fryer. I want to say when they first came out, I spent like $130 on it. Had the box, everything in it, but now everybody's like, oh yeah, just throw chicken wings in the air fryer. And I'm trying to learn portion control as it's just me and Jay. Before, you know, I cooked for a family of 5, and now it's just me and him. He doesn't do leftovers. So a lot of the food goes to waste. He doesn't like chicken wings. I get down with some chicken wings. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to an air fryer. And I want to say I paid $60 for it, which isn't too bad. But here we go. Oh my God. All right, there's the lid. I think you guys know what an air fryer looks like, and look at me popping out of my sweatshirt. Sorry. It's not an OnlyFans, but catch up on your comments. 4 days. Oh, it's only an hour 30? Okay. That's not a bad, you know what, that's like the perfect, if it's your first flight and you don't know how you're going to respond to flying, yeah, that's not too bad. So, let me get this air fryer out, and then I'm going to close up the video. I'm going to hop in the shower. I still have some more stuff doing the mail. I've been doing the stickers. Lord, I am making a mess. So they had different colors. They had like white, black. I got the black. Like my kitchen's white and black. I probably should have got white, but thought it would get too dirty. Kind of heavy. But yeah. So you got your settings. Obviously, I'm going to take the tray table. There you go. So I got my air fryer. Last purchase I got before this was my like a paisano, oh, the bread machine. But I believe this goes on the top, or maybe on the bottom. I'm gonna put it on the bottom for now. But yes, my friends, that is it. So just a couple things here and there. I'm waiting on some perfume from Whatnot, some makeup products. I'm gonna clean my mess up. I'm gonna go condition my hair, wipe off all this gunk. And don't know, like I said, I am working all the way up till the 20th with only a day and a half off in between. So being that I commute to work, hopefully I'll have time to do more reviews or come back in and chit chat. But truth be told, I'm all over the place. Now, that Netflix, if you don't know, I met Charlie Hunnam about 2 years ago on one of my flights. One of my favorite celebrities I ever met. He played Jackson, Son of Anarchy. Now he's playing Ed Gein in the Netflix series Monster. And I watched 2 episodes today, and in the first episode, he's naked. Oh, lordy, lordy, help me. Whew. He does look like Channing Tatum in the movie, which, but love me some Charlie. So check out Monster. Let me know if you guys have already started watching it on Netflix, what your thoughts are. Dawn, I am so glad you joined us. Tammy, hello, my friend. I am doing well, darling. I'm so glad you joined us, although I'm ready to sign out. Got to charge my phone, put my mess away. I need to relax. I just got home from a 4-day. I had an aggressive passenger that put hands on me, and really glad I didn't lose my job and kept my composure even at 53. And found out she's like a doctor or something. And I'm like, you're in first class, you're a doctor, and you're acting ghetto, more ghetto than me. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Anyway, again, Evan, thank you, my moderator, my grandson. I love you so, so very much. Tell your dad that grandma had surgery today. your great grandmom. So not this grandmom, but my mom had surgery today, and she did well. She's recovering, so she probably is. They kind of put her under in a induced coma, so hopefully in a couple days she'll be all right to talk. But tell Dad, his grandmom's doing fine. With that, my friends, thank you so much again for tuning in. Evan, you're awesome. Be sure to check out Evan Craven's YouTube channel. He does retro cartoons. His last one, I think, is called The Stork. Amazing job, sweetheart. Anyway, you guys, above all else, remember to be kind to each other. And on this chat, I know Evan's been on it, but you guys have been amazing. And I love you, and I will try to come back as soon as I can. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friends. Ta-ta for now. Bye.